Meet the man himself, the man, the legend, and the myth, the general of the Japanese Imperial Army, General Yamashita, aka the Tiger of Malaya and the Beast of Bataan. What about this man? What is so interesting? Why all these titles? You know, a title doesn't just come for free. It comes accompanied with some deep story or some emotional story or some triumphant story or a victorious story. And to him, his story is this guy was born in 1985 and raised up, and he was a criminal, a renowned criminal. But he joined the Imperial Army, Japanese Army, and he led the army to victory. Within 70 days, he had conquered most of the armies or most of the armies that were ruling within the Philippines. And he took over, plundering anything that you'll call precious that those army had and the kingdom within the Philippine army, within the Philippine region that they had. And he made his stronghold within the Philippines. So what about the Philippines? What about the Philippines? Talk about Philippines, the hills and the Philippines. So once he made the Philippines, his stronghold, that means that every plan that they got from the war was to be kept in Philippines, because Philippines was now the stronghold, his army stronghold. And this is all the plunder and all the treasures from the imperial, from the king, the imperial army, among the imperial rulers of the Japanese army, where people say that much of precious things, precious materials are buried beneath the ground. And this is very true. It's proven to be very true with what is happening within the Philippines now, the Philippine mountains. What if someone tells you that a few meters within the Philippine mountains, there are caves that have been carved there, well maintained, well kept, and thanks to the general himself, and thanks to the general himself, the man and the legend, General Yamashita, for making all that work possible. And all that served two purposes. One, as an ambush, or for all those channels served two purposes. One was as an ambush to the armies that are coming in to fight them, and the strategic planning for them to make sure that they have conquered those armies, because those armies were not aware of those tunnels. And number two, it was to hide the treasures that they had planted, or they continued plantering from different wars that they were fighting. Amazing. Yep. So it happened. And up to now, there are treasure hunters who are still hunting treasures, digging holes, coming up with ways of trying to get themselves into those caves just to get hold of that gold and diamonds and silver that Yamashita buried under the hills within the Philippines. Do the Philippines know that those things exist? Yes, they know that they exist, but they don't just have the materials to get themselves deep into those holes and get those materials. What if it were you in your area? You understand that such a things do happen and they exist. What will you do? Will you get yourself deeper in those holes and get the gold out, get the diamond out? Yes, in Philippines, this man who tried to do so, and with the help of the people around him, with the help of the money that he had, he managed to get a Buddha golden statue. But inside that Buddha golden statue was very many small pieces of diamond. And that is what enlightened people's eyes and know that there is something that is happening here. There is something that is happening here. There is much inside these tunnels. Yeah, and they went in to dig deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, and some got, some have not got. Even up to now, they're still digging deeper to get the treasures. I think this is a great lesson to the guys who amassing great wealth to themselves each and every time, trying to kill and destroy the people they amass much wealth to them. To him, to General Yamashita, I don't know, was he thinking that he will be immortal and to live forever, to get and enjoy this plunder, or what was in his mind? Every war is expensive and it needs money. But to what extent do you keep? Now, all those treasures, all those precious minerals, they're just buried in tunnels within the Philippine hills or Philippine mountains. No one can reach out to them. And it's estimated to be so much buried in different places within Philippines that they cannot exhaust all those places. And who will ever get them? And the worst of it all is, because of their selfish nature, they decided to put booby traps around all those tunnels so that whoever gets in can't get to the gold, but will be destroyed by the booby traps. So they installed, water traps, they installed sand traps, they installed bombs there, and everything that can hinder or deter you from getting to those treasure. So what for? It all came from the ground and you bury it again. Just because you don't want other people to access it, you bury it. How will it benefit the earth if our people are not using it? So why can't you just take what's enough for you, use it, and what's excess, you give it to other people? Why kill other people to plunder all that they have that will never ever help you? I think that's what the Bible says. Why? What benefit? How will it benefit a man, to gain the whole world and lose your soul? This is a perfect example, and I think it's a lesson to our leaders now and even ourselves, this generation that I'm living in, that sometimes you just have to get what is enough for you. You don't need more than what you did, what you deserve, What you get is enough for you to use it for whatever purpose that you have. So that gold, those diamonds are just within the caves. Would you dare to go and dig those caves to get that diamond? Those diamonds? Would you dare to go dig those caves to get the gold? Wow, treasure. And what if, even in your area, do you know the story of your area? What if there is gold just lying underground within the bunkers created by people who wanted to hide it away from other people? But they died leaving it there, and they never ever left a secret of what they had buried between them. Will you start, digging your house to go get it? Will you start digging those places to go get it, those historical places to go get it? I don't know what you'll do, but personally, I also don't even know what I'll do. But I'll try digging. I will try digging to see if I can get myself to that. Yeah, just imagine. That is how it is. It's the world that we live in.